everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Mariana and today I'm doing a review of The Last House Guest by Megan Miranda. I would say that if you're a fan of little town murder mysteries, you're really going to enjoy this one. This book is set in Newport, Maine, a year after the tragic death of Sadie Lohman. Even after all this time, her best friend and our protagonist, Avi Greer, is still reeling from that terrible night, because ever since Sadie's death, she has been completely convinced that she did not jump to her death. She was most definitely pushed. And a year after, especially after she finds Sadie's phone hidden away in one of the Lohman's rental houses where Avery works, she is determined to find out what happened to her, who killed her. And something tells her that maybe someone or a group of people are dead set on keeping her away from uncovering the truth. What I find most charming about this book is the fact that you can trust anyone. Not Avery, not the Lohmans, especially not the Lohmans, not anyone, not a single soul from Littleport. Everyone seems so suspicious, so sinister. Avery, the protagonist, is very unreliable. This book jumps between 2017, the year of Sadie's death, and 2018, the present time. And between the time jumps, you are led to believe that maybe Avery's and Sadie's friendship was not everything that Avery made it out to be, that maybe it was a little bit more one-sided, that it also shows some very dark aspects of Avery's personality, and it really makes you suspicious of her. Now, don't get me started on the brother, Sadie's brother, Parker. He is very shady. He is shady in the throwback chapters. He is shady in the present chapters. He is shady to Avery's face. He is a weird one because I couldn't really figure him out. I felt like everything that he said came, with something hidden. He felt very calculated. I feel like that's the way I felt his character. And towards the end of the book, I was pretty much convinced that he was the killer. Also, his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, I don't even know, Luciana, she felt, I don't want to say jealous, because almost everything from the book is told from Avery's point of view, because every character depiction is entirely tinted by Avery's perception of them. But yeah, she felt kind of bitter, a bit jealous, sneaky, also very shady. So Connor, Avery's past love interest, has a weird arc that I wished was more fleshed out, because at the end of the book I felt like his plot was a bit pointless, but he did add to that mystery. Yeah, basically every single character in this book is, again, just suspicious, sneaky, shady. Like, what I liked about, yes, I really enjoyed that in the book, that you just cannot make your mind about who you think the killer is, because at times I have read mysteries where you know from the get-go who the killer is or who the suspect is, and that I feel like takes away from enjoying the book, from that who is it, from trying to figure out clues and bits of conversation and context. And in this book, all the way to the end, I was trying to just piece out everything and find out who the killer was, because like from very early on in the book, we as an audience are convinced that Sadie was murdered. I feel like that in part is because Avery is so sure that Sadie did not jump to her death that we are like, yeah, of course she didn't. We are, I'm not gonna say manipulated, but we are led towards that train of thought. What I liked about this book is that, yes, this is a murder mystery. This is basically somebody trying to figure out what happened to their best friend. Yet there are like tiny little additional plot lines, the whole Avery working for Sadie's family and what that means, especially right now after Sadie's death. Avery's very, very tragic backstory with the death of her parents at 14 and the later death of her grandma, and how that impacted her at such a young age and led her to make some maybe questionable decisions. That little weird plot line with Sadie's suspicions about what Avery meant to her family, that I felt like was maybe a little bit unnecessary, but at the end of the day, it kind of made sense. It just did not add much to the story. Same with, as I said, Connor's whole storyline. I felt like at the end of the day, that just went nowhere. But I feel like maybe I'm being a little bit nitpicky in there, because overall the book felt very coherent, very well structured. The dialogue was great, and the pacing was also like very nice. It did not feel rushed. It did not lag. Maybe I would have hoped for a different ending. I don't know. I just don't want to spoil the book, but it felt a little bit cliche. I'm not complaining. I kind of saw it coming, but I didn't. There are very, very tiny clues as to who the killer is, and I did not catch them at all. So, yes, I did not see it coming, but like after it was revealed, I felt like it was just a little bit cliche, and maybe if I would have paid enough attention to the teeny tiny details in the book, I feel like I could have seen it coming. I feel like I had already made my mind to who my suspect was, like from the get-go, and I was pretty set on that person. So yes, I liked the fact that I was really caught off guard by the killer at the end, but maybe I would have done it differently. I don't know. Like the entire thing of why that person did what it did kind of felt, I don't know, as I said, a bit cliche, a bit convoluted. But yes, I feel like that is all that I can say without giving much away. And I really, really don't want to spoil the book, because I feel like if you're interested in this kind of, tiny town or island or coastal town mysteries, they have a really, really special place in my heart. I don't know, I just feel they are very cozy, even though, yes, they are mysteries. They do feel really, really cozy. And if you like that kind of book, you're really gonna like this one. It's not a long one. It's a very easy read. I feel like you can read it in maybe a day or two. And I would definitely encourage you to do it if you are interested, or even if you're hearing about this book for the first time, just give it a go. And yeah, that is pretty much all I have to say for today. I hope you're having a lovely day. Please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.